is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Jimmy Bone says, take all the way the stupid penalties, mistakes the Falcons could have made that close. Yeah, but that's why you're a bad team. That's why you're a bad team. Did you read Barry Jackson's article today in the one of the 87 articles he writes every day in the Miami Herald? But he talked a little bit about what's going on with Manny and how he was bringing up the comments that, players were making about their mistakes and their penalties and all that, and that it happens to them in games and it happens to them in practices. And Barry was kind of mentioning that this is kind of going to be the lasting impression of Manny. And really, he's 1,000% right. And that's the reason why Manny cannot be a head coach, because the one thing that you've seen from the get-go, like what you saw from Atlanta, they're unorganized. They're constantly making mistakes. We saw that a lot with Flo's team. We still see it a lot with their offense, and they still make mistakes. But it's one of those deals where you got to have discipline, man. You got to be smart when you're on the field. That's the beauty of watching Pat Riley coach his team, or Spo, or watching Shula. It's a common denominator in any great coach, in any great team. They're usually a smart bunch. They're usually not burning themselves with mistakes. And you watch the Miami Hurricanes, and for 3 straight years under Manny Diaz, it's constant mistakes. Can't win like that. You'll never overcome like that. You have to have discipline. You have to teach how to play smart. And the Falcons didn't play smart, and that's on the coaching. That's always on the coaching. When people say, oh, no, we got to start blaming players. No, dude. You blame the player early on. But once it continues, it's the coach's problem, because you kept playing the player. And you could not find somebody else to be more disciplined and take the field. See, it's kind of what we're talking about with Flores, that one of the reasons why, the main reason why I've quit on him now, is he can't build a staff. You're done. Can't build a staff, you can't be a head coach. You can't build up your business. Brett Gittleman can't run Caneswear if he can't replace employees and find good employees again. Can't. Sorry. You can't be the general sales manager at Craig Zinn's Acura Pembroke Pines like my man, Larry Schlossberg. And if you lose a couple of your sales managers that are top-notch salespeople, guess what you got to do? You got to go find same kind of dogs. Oh, and you lost a couple of your mechanics? Dude, you can't go find another crappy mechanic. You got to go find the same great mechanic that you just had. He just looks different. He's taller, shorter, wider, fatter, different sex, whatever it is. But he's a great mechanic, or she's a great mechanic. That's what good people do. That's why they're leaders, because they know how to delegate and they know how to find talent, not just on the field, but on the sidelines. So that's part of the game. And that's what's burned Manny Diaz. Not a good enough staff, not enough discipline. And that's the problem. This year, it's proven with Flores again, he can't fix his staff. He can't build a staff. And now his team made all kinds of mistakes and were undisciplined, unlike the first 2 years. Or year and a half, let's say, because the first half year of his existence, it was him trying to, set everything up. But that's part of the game. So you can't play the if game with Atlanta last night. We can't play the if game with the Canes if they didn't do this, if they didn't do that, if they made this decision on 4th and 14. Well, why do you think they made this decision? Because it's a bad head coach with a bad staff. That's why. There's a reason why bad things continue to happen to bad teams and bad coaching staffs, because they can't make the right decisions.
This is the Big O Show.